This is Monument Valley. To me, this is one of the most beautiful places in North America because it's the quintessential image of the American Southwest, the Wild West. Hey guys, hello, we keep it dirty. And in this video, we're gonna take you guys through our time here at Monument Valley, day one of our American Southwest trip. This trip was planned by our friends Bryan and Mike. We wanted to head to Moab and hit as many national parks and trails along the way, and our starting point was to be Monument Valley. Monument Valley is located in northern Arizona, right on the border with Utah and the Navajo Nation Indian Reservation. Now before we start, we had set up our meet point at a local camp spot in Gooseneck State Park. Make sure you check that video out. It's already posted here for one of the most epic camp spots in the area. Now, to start off the trip, and before meeting up with the guys, I actually wanted to wake up with a view of Monument Valley before meeting up with Bryan and Mike. So I decided to stay at Golden's Lodge just outside the park the night before the meetup. If you want to stay out there, there are actually two hotel options in Monument Valley. Golden's Lodge, that's just outside the park, and the View Hotel, that's inside the park. Both options are pricey, with Golden's Lodge being the lower of the two. During the winter, my rate was $139 for a single king room, and the View Hotel started about $250, but there was no $250 rooms available, and the prices just go up from there. You can't go wrong with either spot if you want to stay in the area. Hotels are set up so that every single room has a view of the park. Just be aware that the hotel's taxes here are pretty steep. My $139 hotel came with $67 for fees and taxes, so all in it was $206 for a single night here. It's not cheap, but the view I woke up to made it totally worth it. There are other options, much lower cost than Mexican Hat or Canyenta. I hope I said that right, Canyenta. And there are also great camping spots in the area such as Gooseneck State Park, Valley of the Gods, and Mexican Hat that it's all camping on BLM land. But they're all about 30 minutes to get you to Monument Valley. So if you want to save some money and want a hotel, I would actually recommend staying in Mexican Hat. That seemed to be like the best option. But another reason to stay in Mexican Hat is Forrest Gump Point. Forrest Gump Point is a roadside stop made popular by the movie Forrest Gump.
2 months, 14 days, and 16 hours.
It's just a random spot on the road marked by a sign where you can get a beautiful shot of the road with Monument Valley mesas and buttes in the background. People regularly walk onto the road here to get their selfies. But for the best pictures of this place, you need to hit it before noon. After noon, the sun's behind you and you don't get that really red-orange color of Monument Valley. You just get this dark outline of Monument Valley. Best time to hit this spot is right after sunrise, like in the movie. The sun is positioned just right and the buttes are bright orange. You can hit it later in the day, but no later than noon if you want a nice epic shot here. We hit the spot around 10:30, 11 a.m. after setting up our camp at Gooseneck State Park nearby, and you could see the shadows are already starting to form and the background was starting to get dark. After sunset is the best time of day here for the best pictures. After we got our picks at Forrest Gump Point, we finally headed over to Monument Valley. There is a fee to enter the park. It's $8 per person. Your national park pass here does not apply. This is Navajo land. This is not part of the national parks. It also has hours. It's not open all day. It's only open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then inside the park, there is a 17-mile loop that takes you all around the buttes and the sites here. Keep in mind that the last entrance into the park for the loop experience is at 2:30. Also be aware that Navajo Nation is a no drone zone. You can't fly your drone here, anywhere on the reservation, so don't even try. You need to be north of the San Juan River to be on BLM land in order to fly a drone, and even then there's some restrictions. Also keep in mind that the loop is a dirt road with rocks and sandy sections. So while the road is maintained, cars and RVs are going to have a really hard time going through here. They're going to be going slow, and they could easily get stuck on some of these sandy sections towards the back of the loop. You need a high clearance vehicle to explore the road, and I would recommend signing up for one of the local tours operated by the Navajo Nation as well, because they take you to some of the sites that those driving the loop are not allowed to drive to. If you do decide to take your car in, please yield to the cars that can go much faster than you. We actually ran into several foreigners in cars going 5 miles per hour and would not let anyone pass. Share the road, please, guys. If you know you can't move quickly, get out of the way and let the trucks and SUVs that can pass you, please. Now, before entering the 17-mile loop, I recommend stopping by the Visitor Center. One of the best views in the park is right next to the Visitor Center, and you don't want to miss it. Well, we're at the Visitor Center parking lot. We found this little guy. Definitely a stray. Maybe someone's dog that ran away when their family was visiting and they just got left behind. I don't know.
I still want to take this dog home.
He was definitely hungry. You could see his ribs.
Is he friendly?
Skittish.
It's okay.
Friendly enough to take your.
He's not dead yet. What kind of dog is that, man? It's a pretty little thing.
He wouldn't take any food that we were offering. We later found out when we tried to give him some water that he was extremely thirsty. So we left a cup of water out for him just in case. I so wanted to take him home with us, but he was extremely cautious. As soon as you got close to him, he would just immediately walk away. So I think many people have tried to catch him and he wouldn't let them. Poor little guy. Don't desert your pets, people. Okay, back to the trip. After driving into the valley, first stop on Monument Valley Loop is John Ford Point. That's to the right of the first intersection at the bottom of the hill. Here you get 3 sites all at once. You get John Ford Point, Three Sisters Butte, and the only angle where you can see a camel on Camel Butte.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
I can see it from here because it looks like a camel with its mouth open. But from this side, it doesn't look like it. That's kind of a thing here. Everybody's trying to figure out which butte is what based on what they look like, and you have to see them from a very specific angle. John Ford Point's a cool spot. Everyone who wants to get their shots here on that little lookout point. Mike here wanted to do a handstand on the point.
Ready?
Yeah. Yeah. The wind blew you down, right?
Well, the wind and my phone falling out of my pocket.
You want to try it again?
I'll give it one more time. Ready?
Yeah.
Bryan was contemplating life, if he wants kids or another boat. 26 boats is not too many boats, is it? The view on the point is totally worth the short walk up to it. John Ford Point made the park famous after the movie Stagecoach was filmed here with John Wayne before he was famous. Since then, many movies have been filmed here. And if you want, you can get a shot of yourself with the horse on the point. The Navajo Nations have horses set up every day so you can get a shot of them on the horse or you with the horse for a fee. Now, as you drive back into the loop, keep in mind that the road is one way once you get on the main intersection. It's easy to miss the signs like I did, but driving around, it was just hard to keep your eyes on the road. Video do not do this place any justice. It's massive. The buttes are delicate but huge. The mesas are imposing, and you just feel small here, but it's beautiful everywhere you look. I'm so jealous of the Navajo Nation that lives here. This place is magical. And yeah, Navajo do live here in between the mesas and the buttes. Most of the tour operators live in there. Most of the backcountry roads are closed off here to tourists, and you are not allowed to drive on them because they may lead to someone's home. They're actually driveways to their homes. So again, please make sure you pay attention to the signs here. This is Navajo land, and the rules are different here. You don't want to be on the wrong side of a reservation camp. Next up is the Totem Buttes. There are two ways to take a look at this place. First is the large open area next to the main road. But if you drive a little further up, there is a small road that takes you to a spot called the Cube. You get a much closer look at the Totem Buttes and a rock formation known as the Cube. Again, video does not do this place justice. Next up, we headed to Artist Point. On the way there, though, we ran into another tourist unwilling to yield. Max said we're going 5-10 miles an hour and would not pull off to the side.
They can see me in the mirror, but they don't want us to pass them.
How far are we going to the next spot?
Artist Point.
It's not that far, but it's enough that I probably attempt if we could.
Shit, I seen the look she gave me. Holy crap, they got her fucking dinner.
I'll go sit in their dinner right now.
This is Artist Point. Next up, we made our way to North Window Viewpoint. That's the Thumbs Butte along the way. This is known as North Window Overlook or East View, depending on which map you use. There used to be a short hiking trail here that looks to be closed now, but once again, views here are epic. On the drive out here, we had to stop and take in the view at Three Sisters Butte yet again. Driving out, we ran into another tourist, but at least these guys were not blocking us. Luckily, they let us pass.
You know, sometimes I wonder what people think of us when we pass them, you know? Are we like emasculating the dude and the wife's sitting there yelling at him, see, that's what you should be driving? Or are they kind of like yelling at us because we're driving big, expensive trucks?
It's probably that one, and they're probably like, oh, we're doing the same thing as them, but for a quarter of the cost. But in reality, we are going much further than they are per day, which brings up the fun in our eyes, at least.
Totally agree.
It only took us about 2 hours or so to explore Monument Valley, so it was quicker than I expected, but still worth it. This place is beautiful. Pictures don't do this justice. I keep saying that, but it really is. Pictures do not do this place justice. It's really hard to capture the scale and color of this place, and I still can't believe people live here in and around the Buttes. Imagine waking up to this scenery every day. Yeah, I know it's in the middle of nowhere, miles from anywhere, but I could still live here. Now, we're not done yet. Before the sun went down, we rushed back to check out Mexican Hat. This is a cool rock formation that looks like a big Mexican hat. This site is on the north side of the San Juan River, so this is technically BLM land, and it would have also made a really great camping spot. There are a few trails here you can use to drive up right onto the buttes, and there is a few camping spots here as well. There's even a road to the San Juan River with a great view of the river and another great camping spot. Just keep in mind the roads down here is a little rough and it does get steep, so I would recommend a high clearance vehicle with 4-wheel drive. We ended our day by having dinner at Mexican Hat, and we ran into more strays. It seems to be the theme of this day. There was a couple of stray cats.
Yeah. Hi.
They must have found something.
Uh-oh.
This one's just feisty.
It was pretty cold that night. It would actually get down to 5 degrees that night. And there was 2 cats that were just looking for warmth next to the restaurant. And they were climbing in and around the trucks, trying to get some warmth. So we kept keeping an eye on them.
Just checking for oil leaks, man.
Right? I see the problem.
She's
Well,
probably
I-
enjoying the heat off the
I'm
exhaust.
pretty sure he is. That one's the boy and the other one's the female.
Again, I wish I could take these guys home, but you can't. These were like a bonded pair, and you know, you couldn't separate those two, and they wouldn't let us come anywhere near them. It was really, it just seemed to be the thing. Strays seemed to be the thing out there, which is odd considering how remote it is. We ended our day by going back to Gooseneck State Park to our camp spot. And that's it for the first day of our American Southwest trip. Stay tuned for the next video, guys. We're gonna spend one more day in this area and hit Valley of the Gods and Muley Point before heading out to Moab. Make sure you guys put any questions, comments below, and thank you for watching.